In the glittering sprawl of Los Angeles, where ambition and heartbreak collided under perpetual sunshine, Ava Carter's life unraveled in a Beverly Hills penthouse. 3 years of marriage to Liam Prescott, a tech mogul with a reputation as icy as his boardroom tactics, ended the moment his college love Isabel Reed returned to the city. Isabel, now a celebrated venture capitalist with a smile sharp enough to cut glass, reignited Liam's nostalgia for a past he'd never fully released. Ava, a gifted singer-songwriter who had quietly shelved her career to support Liam's rise, found herself staring at divorce papers, her hands trembling over a secret she hadn't yet voiced. Hypothetically, she began, her voice steady despite the storm in her chest, if I were pregnant, would it change anything? Liam didn't glance up from his tablet. There's no room for hypotheticals, he replied, his tone as sterile as the marble countertops. Sign the papers, Ava. 2 weeks later, a positive pregnancy test rewrote her future. Ava had always been a paradox of talent and secrecy. Long before Liam, she'd penned chart-topping ballads under the pseudonym Wren, a ghostwriter for A-list stars. Her lyrics, raw and resonant, had won Grammys for others, but Ava clung to anonymity. Liam, in their early days, had dismissed her music as a quirky hobby, urging her to focus on hosting his corporate galas instead. The spotlight's overrated, he'd scoffed once, unaware the song playing at that very gala, a haunting anthem about lost love, had flowed from her pen. She buried Wren deeper, fearing his indifference might morph into ownership of her art. Now, divorced and determined, Ava traded her designer wardrobe for thrifted sweaters and moved into a sun-bleached bungalow in Venice Beach. Her daughter, Sophie, became her compass. To make ends meet, she auditioned for Dare to Sing Live, a raucous reality show where unknowns covered hits for cash prizes. Her first performance, a wrenching acoustic rendition of a breakup anthem originally sung by a pop diva, left the audience in tears. Clips of her performance, titled The Unknown Mom Who Outshone the Charts, trended for weeks. But Ava's past refused to stay buried. During a live episode, a rival contestant, a failed backup singer Ava had once ghostwritten for, blurted out her secret on air. You think she's some underdog? That's Wren. She wrote Ghosted Hearts. The revelation exploded. Headlines declared tech titan's ex-wife was music's biggest mystery, and Ava's inbox flooded with apologies from artists who'd never credited her. Liam, meanwhile, watched from afar, his ego bruised. Isabel had left him for a humanitarian photojournalist, and his empire felt hollow. He'd always assumed Ava's quiet loyalty meant she had nothing to hide. Now, tabloids painted him as the villain who'd stifled a genius. He hired a PR team to spin sob stories about regret, but Ava ignored his calls. She had bigger battles. A sleazy producer from her Wren days sued her, claiming co-writing credits on her old hits. Ava fought back, releasing demos and journals that proved her sole authorship. The lawsuit crumbled, and her defiance went viral. Women's magazines crowned her the phoenix of pop, and her defiant single, Invisible Ink, a soaring ballad about erased legacies, debuted at #1. Ava's second act was unapologetically hers. She vanished mid-tour, sparking rumors of burnout, only to resurface with a grassroots YouTube series, Lullabies and Lipstick, where she sang folk covers to Sophie while discussing postpartum struggles and mic-drop moments of motherhood. Fans adored her authenticity and her partnership with a feminist audio platform to mentor young female songwriters. At the 2024 Grammys, Ava stood in a crimson gown, Sophie clutching her hand backstage. She performed Invisible Ink as a duet with a holographic choir of her younger self, clips of her singing in dimly lit studios, scribbling lyrics on napkins, laughing with Sophie. The audience gave a tearful standing ovation. Afterward, Liam cornered her at an after-party, his arrogance frayed. I didn't know, he said, a hollow apology masquerading as a plea. Ava sipped her champagne, her gaze steady. You didn't ask, she replied, and I didn't need you to. Years later, Ava's Bright Futures Foundation funded music studios and homeless shelters. Sophie, now a spirited 7-year-old with her mother's voice, often joined her on stage. One evening, as they harmonized on a porch swing under a star-drenched sky, a paparazzi photo captured them mid-laugh. The caption shared by millions read, Some love stories don't need villains, just a mother, a melody, and the courage to sing your own ending. Ava never looked back.